What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of the Six Gaming Podcast. I'm joining you this week because I can't say as always. So, hello. Welcome this week. I am your host, Shosan, and I am fairly heavily medicated, so you guys are going to have to deal with me somewhat deadpan, but I'll do what I can. Of course, though, joining me is an awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts that I would not be forgiven.
Apparently, you're not getting any audio out.
Oh, wait.
Boo.
Boo. I know what's going on. Stop the stream.
It's probably only on Twitch.
Nope. It's on
because I can hear you.
OBS.
Yes. Yeah, that's Twitch.
Whatever. Audio. Yep, I am bad.
Shosan is bad, ladies and gentlemen.
Speaker. Apply.
Penth, why are you in my channel?
Huh?
Why are you in my channel?
Oh, I have Chatty set up to join all of our channels.
Check.
Yours, mine, 6G, and I was on Veg and stuff. But
I
he
just
never
thought you
streams.
might have been on the wrong channel. He actually has
Okay.
been. I actually saw Captain Danian go live. Yeah, I don't know if it was earlier today or yesterday.
Yeah?
I was too busy to check him out, but awesome.
Okay. Should be back online.
All right,
Holy
let us
crap.
know if you can hear show.
Holy
Reboot.
crap. Seriously.
Reboot.
Yep, are we good? People let me know. God, it's hard being this bad at life sometimes, but, we do what we can. Uh-oh. I'm losing people. I don't know what's going on.
Why are you losing
Alright.
people?
I don't know. It's Chatty being Chatty.
Chatty's done. All right, let's go.
All right,
I
let's
assume
go.
that if you knew what was wrong, then it's fixed.
Right. So, we should be good to go, you guys. Welcome to episode 82 of the Six Gaming Podcast. I am your host, Shosan, and I would not be forgiven if I forgot to introduce my awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts. So, of course, up first, Mr. Pantherian.
Hey, what's up? Glad to be back.
Yes. And Mr. Runkley.
I did not use the word illustrious in the last two episodes.
You have
I
to.
intentionally tried to avoid it. But you would be
Aw.
happy because I thought of you the entire podcast and how sad you would be knowing that you had missed the various favorite parts of your podcast.
How
So
sweet.
I
I'm touched.
pointed that out.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I also definitely want to put a huge thank you out there. He couldn't be here this week to Morphod and Bulbles for coming in last week. Bulbles especially last minute, and Bulbles I want him on more often. He was pretty cool.
Let's do it, definitely. Yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been around to, life and everything else happens, but I'm working on doing my regular thing again. We will be
Broken
back.
spines end up happening.
And no, we now have kidney stones on top of this. So
No!
I am literally very
Oh.
heavily medicated most
Oh.
of the time. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
ow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's not think about that.
I know.
Let's think
If I
better
punch you
thoughts.
really
So-
hard in the kidney, will that help?
It might, actually.
It might knock him out.
I've been medicated. We'll just put it that way for a little bit, but I'm coming around. So, yes, episode 82, and we do have a lot to talk about, though. Even though it's somewhat mundane, I think we're going to have an interesting conversation. So,
And
let's
Ron's going to
go
have to
ahead.
fill us in if we talked about any of these things in the last 2
Oh
weeks.
no, this is all new stuff. I'm looking at the notes now. It's all new.
All right, I just threw it up there.
Fantastic.
So.
No, good on you, Penth. I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and talk about one of my favorite parts of the show. Yes, it's news, and I'm not prepared with my sound bites, but
Good
you'll
news,
forgive me.
That's
everyone.
fine.
There you go.
We got Dan.
All right, so let's talk No Man's Sky, right? I have to bring this up first because Ron and I have been playing it. Penth, I don't know if you've gotten into it yet.
I'm waiting for it to be cheap as shit.
Good for you. Okay, there's
And
a very good
as
reason.
As for me, you remember they said it should take about 100 hours to get to the center. That was, for me, relatively accurate. It took me about 94.
Oh, that's not bad though. I mean, at least you're on par. As you kind of put it, Ron, I kind of speed run my way through it.
Yeah,
I was on my
you were
third
done in like
galaxy.
2 days, I think you had made it to center.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
crazy.
and then by the second week, I was already on my third galaxy.
And the center was just like so awesome.
It was
Such amazing finish to the galaxy. It's just
right.
I
Okay,
feel
yeah.
there's a level of sarcasm that's happening
Just
here.
just a little bit, right?
A little bit.
So I take it that the the goal is the journey, man.
Right,
The goal
right. There
is
you go. I like
absolutely
it.
the journey. That couldn't be more true. And
What's up,
before you get
Baconator?
into this story, I actually have a story about NMS as well. Did you guys hear about the European version of the ESRB?
No, what
No.
happened?
So, of course, in the States, every game has to have this ESRB rating on it, which rates the game based on various factors, including whether there's violence, whether there's language, stuff like that, whether there's online play, and there's a similar one in Europe.
With Peggy,
And-
I think, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's it.
Piggy.
And they have you get a boxed version of the game, and you have a sticker in the corner with the rating on it. It says rating it's like 7 or older and no online play. Well, people were curious as to why this was a sticker, so they peeled the sticker back, and printed on the actual box itself is a different rating
For online
that
play.
includes online play.
Really?
It's technically online, but not really.
Wow.
Yes. So yeah, absolutely. It's just like such, and I mean, I don't know how much you guys read Reddit or anything having to do with these
Very
reviews of No
rarely.
Man's Sky.
Too much.
People very upset that a lot of things were promised for the game and actually aren't in the game.
And there's
Yeah.
there's a long thread that someone posted. It's like, here's every single thing that was promised to us, and I use promise loosely, but every time that they had recordings from YouTube videos with time. They say at 1 minute 17 seconds he says there will be XYZ.
And
Mhm.
I have to be completely honest. These videos that point this stuff out do not put Sean Murray in a flattering light at all.
Nope.
He
not-
looks nervous. He looks like he's selling snake oil. He looks like a used car salesman.
He
I'll be
stutters
completely
several
honest.
times in several
He-
interviews.
Yes,
Like,
I do not like the way he's coming across.
yeah.
But
If they
That's-
would have launched this game at like $30 to $40 and been like, this is a really pretty space Minecraft,
But okay, so
then I
don't-
would have bought it, because I've been like, that's awesome, that's pretty cool.
Now, I gotta say this though, right? Because I watched and I posted up a video from Mr. Yahtzee Croshaw himself over here with zero punctuation. He shredded No Man's Sky like he does every game, right? So you take it with a grain of salt. But he actually did bring up a good point in his video. He said, that if this had more construction and you could actually put some stuff together, wow.
Baconator
Sean
says
Murray
that
now.
it's Sean Murray now, which is absolutely true.
Yeah.
it's kind of funny because in one of the interviews, someone asked him what's at the center of the galaxy, and he did say it was what's his name?
Peter
Marlowe.
Marlowe.
Peter. Yeah. He
Yeah.
said that he was at the center of the galaxy, and it's just as a joke.
That really should have just
Yeah.
given us all a hint.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Well, no. So in there, Yahtzee says, if this was more like Minecraft, there would be more gameplay. But he says the whole video, he's struggling to find the gameplay in this game. And
Well-
I hate to say it, but that's honestly a very true point. If there was more crafting, more, I guess, Minecraft type stuff, yeah, you
'Cause
could
that's the
maybe
thing, it's like-
justify.
The exploring looks fun, but what are you exploring for? You're exploring for the resources to stay alive and to power your ship. If you were exploring for resources to build cool shit, and that you could do that collaboratively, like if you could land on a planet and find a whole, and I understand that this would be hard to do in terms of space, right? Like storage space, storing everyone's creations all over the galaxy. They'd have to have some kind of, they only last for a month or whatever,
Right.
some way
Yeah.
to deal with it, because it's a lot of data. Like, I recognize that.
Because I'll be honest, once you get to a point in the game where you've upgraded your exosuit completely, you've upgraded your starship completely, you've updated your multi-tool completely, you have all the things that you need, and all you're doing at that point is, okay, you have a goal to get to the center of the galaxy.
Yep.
But for what purpose?
Well, and
That's the thing. You
I hate
have
to
no
say it,
reason
but-
to explore. You have no reason to mine further resources
Yeah.
other than when your stuff gets damaged.
Well, and
It's
Yahtzee
just-
got it right in that.
It's really
He said,
boring after that.
you know, I found all these upgrades for my combat weapon, but I never used the combat weapon. So what's the point of having all that? You know?
Yeah,
Well,
the,
that's, I don't-
it's the best configuration for the multi-tool does not include the blaster.
Mm-hmm.
I
Sad to
don't.
say.
I haven't since I haven't played it. I can't really make super educated comments about it. But like, you can play Deus Ex almost never using guns,
Sure.
and that's
No,
a legitimate
absolutely.
way to play it. So never like the fact that you can upgrade a combat weapon and then never use it doesn't bother me too much.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me either. It doesn't change the gameplay.
Yeah. No, it's just, but it's an interesting thought because that's, for me at least, that seemed to be all the upgrades I got, especially very early on, were the stupid multi-tool. I'm like, I only use it to mine, so thanks, I guess. You know. Anyway.
If they keep updating it and adding stuff,
Again, as promised.
it'll and they have made an update. They fixed some stuff. They've added some stuff, and they said they're going to keep doing it.
And that's
If
actually
that
what it is.
happens, like Minecraft, because I bought Minecraft at whatever in alpha for $15 or whatever, and it's way more expensive than it ever was when I first started playing.
Oh, sure.
And so if they do that and it becomes the game that they promised, then fine. I mean, I wouldn't say all is forgiven, but at the same time, like, I mean, they've created what they set out to create, and it's a good game worth the price or whatever. But if not, it's really going to be Spore 2. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been holding off thinking
Yeah.
that because as long as they keep updating it, I'm going to not say that. But if they get to a point in a few months where they're like, I know we said we're going to keep updating, but we're going to go work on another project instead, then it's Spore 2.
Well,
Yeah.
and that actually brings us to this particular piece of news. So they did end up updating it, right? So, hey, happy days, but it's not a content patch. This is
Oh,
a
no.
let's fix things patch.
Yeah, the game is entirely broken in a lot of ways, and this patch does address a lot of those things that
Right.
are broken.
So if you have had issues with your save games, that's been fixed. The getting stuck in different stuff, a lot of that's been fixed. They did do a lot of quality of life fixes, but don't expect content out of this one yet. This is definitely a quality of life thing right now. But anyway, that's what we got for No Man's Sky. And if you guys want to watch something get shredded, go watch Yahtzee's review. It's funny. That man's
They're
always
all
a
funny.
genius. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, okay, so let's talk funny since we brought that up. Lindsay Lohan back in the gaming news.
Leave Lindsay Lohan.
Wrong starlet.
Right?
So if you guys remember, was it the cover of GTA or like
Well,
one
it
of
was
the ads?
Throughout GTA, they put it out there. Like
Yeah.
a picture
So
that
there's
looked similar, I
There
guess.
was a character that looked, I would agree, quite similar to Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible that the person drawing it used her as a reference. Like,
Oh, sure.
I don't think it was meant to be her, but it looked a lot like her. Anyway, she tried to sue Rockstar, and as of in the last couple of days, her case, it's been going on for a couple of years now, I think, but her case got thrown out. So
It's about time. They found a good, smart judge with some common sense to say, you know, have a sense of humor. This isn't
well, I mean,
necessarily derogatory. You know, this is a different thing.
I've kind of talked about this in the podcast a few times from a business perspective, is when you are famous, when you're famous enough that the way you look, like everyone knows how you look,
Yeah.
then your look becomes
Your brand.
like a de facto brand and a copyright. Like I don't know if she's copyrighted her image or whatever, but some people do. And I don't blame her for protecting that whatever legal construct it might be. So it's not totally trivial, but at the same time, like she could have settled, been like, hey, yeah, it looks like me, give me $1 million and I'll go away.
Right.
And I'm sure she was asking for way more than that, making a bigger deal than it could have been.
Yeah, I mean, she drew it out, it's just, well, this person in there is drinking and doing drugs, and, this is making me look bad. But the problem is, Lindsay, you were doing it to yourself
I was
long
going to say, she
before.
looks worse than that, probably.
Yeah, so, I mean, how much of a case do you really have, to be honest? But, yeah, it got thrown out, thank God. We can move on, I guess, like we haven't already. So... Was it like episode 50-something we were talking about it?
A long time ago, yeah.
Wait, probably before that.
I hadn't even remembered this case, and just to see it come back,
That,
it's like, ugh.
Definitely. Now, all right, so, Pent, you have a game here, Abduction. What's going on here?
So, Ron, you said you didn't talk about that at all? So last Wednesday, not this past Wednesday, but the Wednesday before that, Abduction finally launched. That was the game that was kickstarted from Cyan Studios. Cyan made, of course, Myst, Riven, and I believe End of Ages. I think Exile and Revelations were made by a different studio.
Yeah, they were different. 'Cause that was when Rand and Robin Miller walked away.
Yeah, they split up for a little bit.
Done.
Yeah. It is getting excellent reviews from almost everywhere. There are one or two that have kind of brought down the Metacritic score, but it's not a flawless game by any stretch of the imagination. Now, part of it is because my computer's 5 or 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I've only got 6 megs of RAM. I've got like a 7800 series ATI card, and I don't have an SSD.
Wait, you have 6 megs of RAM? I'm impressed you can launch Windows.
I know, right?
You mean 6 gigs?
Yeah, sorry. Did I say megs? I meant gigs.
You said megs, yeah. Come on, we're PC gamers, for Christ's sake. You got to get it right.
I need to go download some more RAM. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
By the way, downloadmoreram.com, I think is what it is.
Oh my god.
It's
You're
awesome.
Kidding.
You should check it out after the podcast. I think that's what it is. Google download more RAM.
I'm checking it out right now.
Anyway, so the game is pretty good. It is like you play it and you go right back to Myst. I mean, it is, although it's honestly a little bit more like Riven than it's like Myst in terms of puzzle complexity and world building, I guess. Like Myst had a lot of centralized puzzles. Like you walk up, here's a puzzle. You walk up, here's a puzzle. Riven was more about following the power lines to find the switch to open up a gate that was further back, and then like on the back of the gate was a code, and you use that code like maybe 20 minutes later.
Right.
Like it's more like that.
But honestly, I personally preferred Riven. Like that is still my favorite one of the franchise, and I think it always will be. So I'm definitely gonna have to go look this game up.
Yeah, I would wait a little bit because they're patching it up. They've had some various bugs, but I mean it's only a week after launch.
Yeah.
The one thing, and granted, I've seen people say that if you have a solid state drive.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh my god, I'm being sucked into the webcam.
Holy crap! He's on his phone too.
He
What
is
the
fucking
hell?
sideways. The hell?
That's
Oh
not
my
necessary.
god. No, we don't need to look up your nose. Jesus
It's a weird
fucking
angle.
Christ.
I haven't seen Veg from straight on in
A
an
while?
extremely long time. I just seen
Yeah.
from the side. Veg
Neck
joined the
bearded
call, by the
asshole.
way. Anyway, so no, it's a really good game. But the loading transitions take forever when you're loading the main area because it loads the entire main area, and it's horrible. It's
See, I was just
like
gonna ask if it loads everything or if it's.
it took me like 2 to 3 minutes to load. Like, I just sat in the loading
Wow.
screen for like 2 to 3 minutes sometimes. And if you weren't a fan of like Mr. Riven or whatever, and weren't hooked already, that would make potentially me rage quit. Like,
Yeah, it sounds
it was
almost
really
unplayable.
frustrating. As I said, most people have solid state drives now. Honestly, like, I feel like I'm one of the last people that I know that's a gamer that doesn't have one.
No, I'm
Um,
running only Windows off mine. Like I don't play any of my games on
But
those.
you could just run that folder off. Like, you could move
I
that folder
suppose,
over to
yeah.
there and play it. So like, you could easily do it. But like, the puzzles, they had a lot of Myst and Riven like call outs. Like, there were there's like graffiti that like said something that was Myst related. Like, it was, there was definitely some fan service. I don't know if you saw, I posted my they listed every single backer. Oh my god, Veg, I'm gonna throw up. They listed every backer in the credits, all 23,000 of them.
That's awesome. That's
So
really cool.
I found my name. That was kind of cool.
Awesome, good for you.
Yeah, no, it was really good. I recommend waiting. Hopefully they can fix up the loading times. But even if they don't, I think it's a worthy game. It's whatever, $30 on GOG and Steam or whatever, I think. So
Awesome.
they got delayed a number of times. It should be coming to the Rift
Ooh.
soon, which would be really awesome.
That'll be really cool, yeah. I mean, I don't own one, but
Yeah,
that's
me
a great
either.
idea.
I hate pulling your guys' strings here, but I'm only on my 15 because I'm closing tonight.
Okay.
So,
Veg, say some shit.
Say something.
something. Shit.
Talk about gaming shit.
Boobies, vaginas.
That
Nice.
That's
that
not
is
gaming.
not gaming.
Well, I
No.
did kind of...
Show, that's
No,
not
wait.
gaming. Show, we're not
No,
going
no,
there.
no,
That's
because
not
this
gaming.
is news. No, this is news, and I put this up for you guys. Dead or Alive actually has a VR game that they have coming out for the PlayStation VR. It's the first VR game PlayStation is doing, and it's literally assault these women in bikinis, right? So it's like you can touch and feel and mess with these girls in VR, except the problem is these poor girls in the game actually verbally say, no, don't do that, I don't like this. But you keep poking and prodding. No,
Is that the
this
point of the game, or is the point of the game to like play volleyball with them or
No,
whatever?
no, this is literally the point of the game, is to interact with these girls.
So sexual
It is-
assault simulator.
It is
2016.
absolutely sexual assault simulator. And the I forget the company that does it, that puts it out, but they have said this might be a little too much for Western release. Thank God. But seriously, why would they allow that sort of game out? So I
Why
hate to say
not?
it, Veg was somewhat relevant this week. I mean,
That's just never relevant.
You're a relative.
Veg, go back to work. God damn
Hey,
it.
I have 10 more minutes. You can kiss my ass.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, yes. By the way, I found out that I can't give you back No Man's Sky show.
Why would you give it back? Just, you know,
It pisses
enjoy
me
it.
off.
It's a good game, right, Ron?
It's a game.
Yeah, the
It's a game.
crickets.
It's a
The
game.
crickets say it all.
It's a game.
So, yeah, I'm sorry, that game infuriates me anymore.
Well, we were just talking about it though. They patched it. There's some quality of life stuff, but no new content yet. So
Yeah, and that's all going to be DLC that you have to pay for. Go fuck that. No.
Well, they haven't said they're going to make it pay yet.
Yeah, they did.
They have insinuated it will be,
They have insinuated.
but they haven't said it.
Correct.
Okay,
So.
that's like me inserting the tip.
Jesus. All right, moving on.
Okay.
Go back to
I'm
work,
watching-
Veg.
I'm watching a video of this Dead or Alive thing.
Yeah,
That is not okay.
I told you.
Okay.
It is
It's really
actually
bad.
Wow.
sexual assault simulator. Like,
It definitely is.
and the girls protest. I mean, come on. What? Why? Why would you do that?
Why not?
Because it's
There's
wrong?
games
on
Okay.
like
Show there are
100
games
levels.
far worse than that one.
not
Sure.
really.
much.
No, there are, but like, and there's definitely a lot of articles.
Such as Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015.
Oh
you.
God!
Wait, is there a 2016 edition yet?
Shut up, Veg.
increased graphics.
One extra pixel. Come on.
So
And that's
I
on the
just
dad.
looked-
Oh.
Christ, this is terrible. This podcast has gone absolutely downhill since this abomination of a planet has joined us.
I'm telling you. We were doing good. We were having philosophical questions.
Oh
and
no, you weren't.
thoughts,
That's a
and
fucking lie.
we were doing good, and then Ben showed up.
You are welcome.
Superman does good. You're doing well, fool.
Yeah. All right, so
Hey, my name tag.
let's move on. Deus Ex launched, right? This game's a lot of fun. This is one of those games where the fans have been crying out for it. They want the sequel. We want to explore more in this world. We want this game, right? Well, they launched, and I gotta say, it's been doing really, really well so far.
Even
Certainly,
I'm
like,
about it.
what's that?
I'm pretty intrigued about it.
Yeah,
And
it's
By the way, I still
impressive.
thank you for the director's cut for the
Do you-
first one.
The biggest issue I'd have, I mean, again, like Penn said, it's certainly not flawless, right? I've already found a lot of bugs
It's
and
getting
exploits.
mixed reviews. Like on Steam, it says mixed with 8K reviews. That's not bad, but that's not as
It's
good
not
as a lot of
great,
games.
right? But they are doing really well, I guess, playing back to the fans. There's a lot of things that they continued on in this game. There's a lot of things that they shouldn't have done in this game that, for whatever reason, they felt was appropriate. Certainly one of them is how you modify your character now. Your character progression, you're kind of crippled in a lot of ways, which is kind of a shame.
So are they still doing the you have to fight the boss battles?
Yes.
before? Okay, that's another problem for pacifist runs.
So far, I have not been in a boss battle that I can, I guess, bypass or do it passively. Although I am trying to play a pacifist game. I haven't killed anybody yet, except for the mandatory stuff. So.
Right, but that kind of ruins the playthrough.
I agree.
Though. That was the biggest issue with the newest, or the one before that, Human Revolution, where people weren't prepared for the boss battle because they were pacifists, so they would only have like knockout weapons, or they wouldn't have anything that was lethal.
Nope, you're absolutely right, and unfortunately, that's one of the bad things that's in this game. It doesn't seem like they paid any attention to that, which is a bit upsetting. But in fairness to the storyline, you're not given much of a choice. You know what I mean? When those sort of events come up. And so it would be hard to play it pacifist with the story that they have given this game. So I'll say that. But it really is a lot of fun. I would wait a little bit to get it once the price drops, or you can pick it up on sale. The graphics are a lot better than the other one, but it does tend, at least on my computer, to eat up resources for whatever reason. I don't know if there's like a memory leak or what, but
Baconator pointed out, and probably correctly, that there is a DLC component to it, you can buy single-use items to help you in the game.
Yeah.
With real money.
It's not required, mind you, but
it's not required, but it's kind of shitty that they have it in there for a full-price AAA game. And Baconator pointed out that there's probably a lot of 1-star reviews, or 1 out of 10s, or whatever it would be, of people saying this is bullshit that there's DLC in a fully paid game. So that might be contributing to mixed reviews.
And I would agree, but they did it to Assassin's Creed as well. The new one, was it Unity or whatever? That has some, pay for items in it as well. But fortunately, I haven't bought them. I don't want to buy them. The game is fully playable as is. So
bye, show.
bye, Veg.
Fuck you, Veg.
You crazy
Attack the
bastard.
show.
Anyway, so yeah, it's a good game, but I wouldn't call it great. Fortunately, I wouldn't say that there was a lot of hype either in it. There was just a lot of demand for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I got though for Deus Ex. A lot of fun. Wait for a little bit. Anyway, anybody else have anything? Because I'm out of news.
League of Legends.
Uh-oh.
We have Worlds coming up pretty soon. We already know 9 teams that'll be in there, including TSM. They took out Cloud9 in the finals last weekend. Also going with them as the number 1 seed will be the Flash Wolves, G2, Rocks Tigers, and Edward Gaming. And then the number 2 seeds from various places include H2K, SK Telecom, RNG, and Counter Logic Gaming. And we also have the NALCS with their regional playoffs this weekend. Liquid's already eliminated by Team Envy. They go on to face Cloud9. The winner of that gets Immortals, and the winner of that goes to Worlds.
There you go. It'll be interesting, though, definitely. But
yeah, I've been watching a lot of the Korean and Chinese scenes, and Rocks Tigers are scary. They took out SK.
Yeah.
They got the number 1 seed. So
I wonder, since you brought up CLG though, Counter Logic, they have a Overwatch team, and they were kicking ass on that last tournament that they did for Overwatch. So
nice.
I don't know. CLG seems to be doing really good overall because I know they're usually in the top 5.
But man, TSM is a freaking juggernaut. This split. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them do better than usual for an NA team at Worlds.
There's something that they're doing, because these guys are rocking in Counter-Strike too. So,
yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Anything else?
That's it.
That works. All right. So, let's move on to one of my favorite parts of the show, and I know you guys have been waiting for it, because I certainly have been.
For 3 weeks you've been waiting for it.
For 3 weeks. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Yeah, it's, hey, podcasters, what you playing?
We have decided that is a terrible name for this section, by the way,
it is.
The last 2 weeks.
It is, but
I'm sorry.
I love the references, so honestly, I'm like way too drugged up for this kind of energy, so I'm gonna have to pull it back some. But so I'll just go real quick because I haven't been playing much. I've played Deus Ex, and since Legion for World of Warcraft launched, I'm still kind of in the middle of that. Just hit 107 out of 110. Still trying to figure it out. This new, what is it, the weapon thing? What do you call it? Artifacts? I still don't fully get it. So I'm just kind of pumping points into whatever I think's relevant at that time. It's interesting. I don't think I'll be continuing on with WoW too late into the game. But anyway, that's me. Ron!
Oh, what? So I'm actually taking a break from Descent for a while because I have not been having a very good time playing it for whatever reason. My shoulder's better, but I'm just not as into the multiplayer game as I used to be. It's just like I get into games and I'm thinking, why am I doing this?
That's life. You shouldn't spend time doing stuff you don't like.
Exactly. So putting that aside, I have been practicing Sub-Level 0 because I have a submission to put in this week.
Ooh, let's do it.
I am also going to be doing a incentive, donation incentive, to complete the first sub-level without a weapon.
Ooh, you think you can do that, huh?
Oh, I've done it many times. I know I can do that. So, so there's that. Cyrus.
Yes, Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Heart.
Yeah, no.
Heart.
no hearts here. No hearts here.
Heart.
But yeah, I'll probably be back. I'm still sticking around, paying attention to things, stuff like that. But there's that. Crypto the Necrodancer, the World Cup is still going on. I still have a shot to make it to the playoffs, which, by the way, will be broadcast on Games Done Quick on Twitch.
Ooh,
the playoffs.
That'll be cool.
Very excited about that. It's going to be take place for the course of 2 days. 12 players will be in the playoffs. For me to get in the playoffs, I need to 3-0 my next match and hope for help.
I think you can do it.
So,
I think you can do it.
But it's been very fun. I've also been covering those games as well on my channel at twitch.tv/Ronkly. And I just did one, in fact, right before this podcast that guaranteed that one of the racers from Summer Games Done Quick, Mud Joe, he will be making the playoffs. So he's going to be back on GDQ along with Spooty Biscuit, who clinched earlier in the day.
Very
So,
cool.
And there's going to be it's going to be hype. These races have been so cool. I saw one race yesterday where the guy was beating up on his opponent so badly that he decided to start styling on him. And like in the second race, right before he hit the stairs to win the game, he actually blood healed himself, which is basically killing yourself. And before hitting the stairs,
Nice.
it was hilarious. It's just
Nice.
don't do that.
Those little
He's
pokes and prods.
total BM. The third
Yeah.
game, he has a great build and then picks up this thing called a blunderbuss, which is an awkward gun that's a shotgun style weapon. And on his not his first, but a second use of it, he hits both a goblin bomber and a warlock. Now, when you kill a warlock, you get teleported to where the warlock was,
Yeah.
which was like 5 squares away from him. It happened to be on a horizontal with this thing called the wall pig, or the ham cannon as we like to call it, which basically lasers you, and that hit him for 2 hearts of damage. He still didn't know where he was, so he just tried to go back to where he came from. That's where the goblin bomber was, with the bomb that it dropped exploded in his face, finishing him off.
Nice.
It was the
Such
best play
great.
of the tournament. I
Yeah.
mean, it was just so funny. He still ended up winning the game because his opponent was bad, but I put a clip of that up on my YouTube page at youtube.com/ronclave. Wow, all the plugs today.
Shameless plug.
Why don't I just do 6.gg?
Well,
Why don't
That's
you
our
do
website.
6.gg?
6.gg. Yeah, definitely check that out if you haven't. And then the also been playing No Man's Sky, as mentioned before. So I finished No Man's Sky with a 33, well, the first Galaxy, with a 33 slot ship. I did not upgrade my ship past that.
mhm.
So when I got to the first planet, I started going around collecting crashed ships. And I spent probably maybe like 10 hours doing that total.
Mhm.
And ended up getting a 48 slot ship.
There you go.
Because the way it works is when you discover a crashed ship, it will either have one less or one more slot than the one you had.
Yep.
And then you can salvage all the stuff from your old ship and hold on to the mats. So you just keep going around upgrading your ship, holding on to all the mats, and when you get to the 48 slot ship, by the time you get there, you have all the mats in the world to build what you need.
I have pure blind luck. I was 3/4 of the way to the center in one of those space stations, and one just lands in front of me. I happen to have exactly enough to buy it. So I
Nice.
got mine really early, pure blind luck.
Yep. So I've got a 48 slot exosuit, 48 slot ship, 24 slot exo tool, and I don't know what I want to do now.
Is there
I've tried started going towards the center of the second universe or second galaxy, and I was like, yeah, whatever. I got other things to do. And
Right.
on Tuesday, those other things to do happened. World of Warcraft Legion, of course. I played that from launch to about 7 a.m. that morning. The problem is that with the World Cup going on, I haven't had as much time to play it as I wanted to. Plus, work's been a little crazy this last week.
Yeah.
But tonight and tomorrow, I plan on spending a ton of time in that game, hitting 110. We've already finished Stormheim.
Yeah.
We got that down, and we're on Azuna now. But I mean, it's just, oh my god, it's such ADD. It's like you go, okay, you got to do these quests. Wait, there's a treasure over here. Let's pick up this treasure. Oh, hold on, there's a rare over here. Let's grab the rare. Hey, I see some ore I need to mine. Yeah, it's slow going.
It's very weird. Like
And then
even
the class hall quests don't help.
and that's just it. My mage, that's like
by the
all I
way,
do.
Garrison 2.0.
Yeah, sadly. I mean, one of the first things I discovered was more missions, just like your garrison. God damn it! Like, why?
Yeah. I am definitely liking the way that the artifacts work. It sounds like it's going to take us some time to truly max it out. I have all 3 of my artifacts, which is they're pretty fun. I actually died on the tanking one because of some BS mechanic that wasn't obvious. You're supposed to impale the dragon to stop him from attacking you.
Yeah.
This is for the paladin protection spec, and I was fighting the rider. I was like, okay, let me kill the rider first. Didn't work, so
yeah,
it was annoying. But yeah, anyway, got all 3 of those. Actually, been healing a bit. Actually, enjoying paladin healing again. I didn't think that would happen. So we'll see what happens. I also want to level my demon hunter up. I don't know if I'm gonna get that started this weekend or what, but that's pretty much it.
Right on. All right, Mr. Yawning over here. It's your turn.
Oh,
Huh?
yeah.
What? Hi.
So I've played Abduction straight through. It's the first time in a while I picked up a game and didn't put it down until I beat it.
Wow.
Took me between like 10 to 12 hours, I think. Again, probably an hour of that was loading time.
Right.
And a little bit of that was I had the game paused and had to go, take care of my kid or whatever. So it was probably like 9 to 10 hours, honestly. But I think that's a pretty good game. I'm glad that I kickstarted it. I'm glad that it came out. I hope Cyan made a lot of money from it, and they'll make a sequel or more games or whatever. After I finished that, I decided I'm just going to try to stick with one game at a time, and then immediately broke that decision. But I started playing Arkham Asylum again. I just started from the beginning because I didn't remember what I was doing. I started it and I was like, I don't remember. I didn't remember how to play, so I started from the beginning. But that was fun. And then my kid's really into Disney stuff right now, and I saw that Mickey Castle of Illusion,
Really?
which was a Sega game,
Yeah.
had been redone and was on Steam for like $3-4 or something like that. So I picked that up expecting it to be just like, oh, whatever, this is fun. It's like, it's not super difficult,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not super easy either. Like, it definitely has some challenging platforming. So that I've been playing some of that. So Batman and Mickey right now are what I'm doing.
Batman's always fun though. Like, I can always go back to it. Just play for a little while. So, awesome. Anything else?
Yeah, that's it for right now.
That's it. All right, you guys. Let's move on to my favorite part of the show. I love this, and of course,
Third half of the show.
yeah, exactly. Because Ron, you do know that 4 out of 3 people have problems with fractions. So, true fact. Absolutely true fact. So, all right, you guys, this is the 6 Gaming Roundtable. So what this is the part of the show where we ask you guys in our chat, as well as my awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts, a particular question, and I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. But answer my question, damn it. So, actually, this week, Mr. Pantherian did bring up the question, so would you please, Mr. I am not entertained here. Every time I go to talk to you, you're yawning.
Dan's like, man, I had my anniversary today.
No,
I have to be on this podcast. Oh, God, I just wish I was asleep.
I ate a pretty large steak for dinner. and then apparently we went to this place called Stony River, which is Jay Alexander's property.
No idea who that is.
It's the company is Jay Alexander's. It's a steakhouse. But they have a bunch of different anyway, so I had a really big steak, and then they apparently have a free slice of chocolate cake for dessert. And my wife's mostly off sweets right now, and so she had like 2 bites, and then I had the rest, even though I didn't need it either. But it was free chocolate cake, so like,
you gotta eat it.
Not eat it.
Right.
Nom nom nom.
So anyway.
I have the sugars. I got the itis. Anyway, so yes. Oh, the question is, other than not do what I just did and go on a stupid, like, half-drunk, tired ramble, what can we do to make the podcast better? I feel like we asked this maybe
we asked this about
30
episodes ago.
It's been a while.
Morphod was here when we did it.
Yeah, so like, are there certain, like, do we need to talk about console games more? Do we need to talk about console games less? Do we need to talk about PC games more or less? Do we need to talk about, we used to have a huge Blizzard section. We'd talk about WoW, like, for 10, 15 minutes, but now, a lot of us had quit it. Some people are back, but we're not talking about guild progress because the guild kind of
died,
disbanded-ish. what do you want us to talk about that would get you to tune in more, that would get you to tell your friends, oh man, you got to listen to this gaming podcast?
Yeah.
I mean, Rooster Teeth just bullshits for an hour and talks about gaming and shit they read on Reddit and whatever. And I feel like we kind of do that.
I was going to say, in fairness, I think we do the exact same thing.
No, well, that's what I'm saying.
And also, to be fair, a lot of people that listen to the podcast or watch the podcast, they do return. Exolam has been here for 3 weeks straight. Cyrus stops by every once in a while. Thale, of course, he's the sixth gaming OG. We got Mr. Fu, and Miss Dominatrix shows up every once in a while. We got a lot of people that enjoy watching the podcast, and I almost feel like it's less of what we need to change and more of what we need to do when we're not podcasting.
Right, definitely. Yeah. One of my big things, that I bring up very regularly, and Ron has started bringing up, we're big fans of speedrunning. Do you guys, would you guys like us to keep up on that? I'm certainly happy to watch more speedruns and try them myself and fail dramatically. But, that's certainly something that interests us, and we're welcome to do that. Of course, consoles are huge for a lot of people, too. I'm fortunate that I own all the current consoles. Granted, my
you own a Wii U?
Wii U doesn't get much work anymore, but it's there. So
I think Ron really has a point, and we may have touched on this last time too. Is when we talked about this, is I think we have a pretty good show, and it's so I remember in Miss, we were in a slump. We needed another healer, and it was before I leveled up my healer, and we're like, oh, we need a healer, and I made a macro, and like every 5 minutes I was hitting that macro. And I brought
was a big recruiter for us.
I brought like 4 or 5 people into the guild because I was advertising. So the question is it? I mean, I sometimes remember to post a link on Facebook before we go live. I usually post it to a couple of my gaming friends, but maybe it's just we kind of pimp the Facebook page and. But the question is, do we want to get huge?
That, by the way, is fb.me/6gaminggg.
Shameless plugs! Yes!
Continue, Dan.
Yeah, he lost his train of thought now. He was screwed the food.
And that also makes me want to kind of ask, like, do we want to get huge? Because the fact that we can be admins on the chat channel and deal with it and read what's going on in chat and interact with people is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, big Twitch channels, you can't do that. There's no chance you can see what's going on in there.
So my dream when I started this whole thing, when I was even thinking about the idea, is I thought about, what if we did become pretty big? If we got a lot of people in there, what would we want to do about looking into monetization? And one of the things that I've always felt very, very adamant about is I don't want to make money off of this show. I don't want to be greedy. I don't want to pimp it. Hey, if you guys like us, donate. No, that's not what I think we're here for. That's certainly not what I wanted to do.
So what Show's saying is any money that you would have sent to the show, his portion will go to me instead.
Right. Well, the only caveat that I had ever had for that is that if something weird like that were to happen and we got big and whatever, is we would have to set something up so that we would use that money for the show and only for that, and that would be webcams, microphones.
I think Razer sending me a new computer so that I can play the newest games in the highest settings.
There you go.
And
we will be happy.
Dan is joking. I think that is. I think that would be a legitimate use.
But that would be the only thing I would ever do with any money. So, I mean, certainly if you guys think that would be a good idea, and if you think that would help, I'll be happy to set up a donation account, which, of course, my fellow co-host here will have full access to.
Show's full of shit. He's driving a Tesla because all the money to the podcast that he hasn't been telling us about is
actually
been flowing to his personal account.
In fairness, I have a 2001 Stratus with a leaking transmission and a terrible shitty battery. So talk all the shit you want. I'm lucky if my car starts in the morning. So just saying.
Yeah, I mean,
Certainly not-
Exolam said it's always fun to watch when everyone is laughing and having a good time, and that's what keeps them coming back. And I do think so this is episode 82, but we actually had whatever it was, 40-something episodes before that, maybe
yeah,
more.
something like that.
Yeah, so this is like we've done 134 episodes of this now collectively.
So the old format was very similar, but we were a little more structured. We
A lot more.
show didn't let us get off the rails quite as much. He was a
No.
little bit more.
And you weren't allowed to swear back in that
Yeah,
day. God damn it!
Fuck it.
He
Oh.
bleeped stuff out. We talked more about music.
What
there
the
were-
fuck?
Yeah.
There were some changes, but one of the outcomes of it was a little bit of a looser format where we would take tangents, and I mean, like we just go off, and sometimes now we'll 15 minutes we're like, oh shit, we better get back to the news. Like, you know, it's 11,
Yeah.
it's 10:30 or whatever, and it's like we haven't finished news yet, and it's great. Like I love that, and I think that's part of the best stuff of that what we talk about. So
And I'm so happy that XLM kind of brought that up too, because honestly, I've never stopped having fun, doing this, and that's what I wanted. And Penn, we were talking earlier before the show started, and he brought up the exact same thing. For us, this is time to not only interact with you guys in chat, but just for us to hang out, and talk and have something relevant that we all enjoyed, regardless of what we did for a living, how our day was, how our week was. We could just sit down and BS for like an hour, sometimes more.
Yeah.
So
And one of the things that actually came up when I first read this question, and it's kind of been a problem in the last several weeks. I mean, we had this really great run from, I'd say, like episode 28, 30 to about 50, and we got to that 50th episode, and then it's like after that it just like fell off. We haven't seen as much of Damien as we used to. Remember, he used to be on all the time.
Yep.
Brock's people hasn't been around. Who knows what Coles is doing? Veg, we know he's got issues with work. He would be here every week if he could.
yeah, he would.
Except last week when he fell asleep.
Yeah,
But that's another thing entirely.
which, by the way, why would you dime yourself out later on? You said you were going to be there like 40 minutes
40
before
minutes
the show.
before the show,
And
and he no
then-
shows.
You
And
don't
we
show,
can't
and
get a
then
hold
you
of him.
say that you fucking fell asleep. At least lie about it. You tried to save a baby from a burning building, and it took an hour, so you were unable to make it. That would have been great.
Yeah.
Don't- just-
But it's
I'm
like
just
one
saying.
of my things for a podcast like this. If I were a viewer of this podcast, I would want to come back and see the same people every week.
Yeah.
We could have some guests rotating in and out every so often, but like I feel like if Damien's not on the show, Mr. Fu doesn't want to watch.
Yeah.
Granted, they're related, but still, I mean, he has a personality that he likes, and he likes to listen to. And when that person's not there, that makes the podcast less fun for him.
True.
So,
And part
there's
of it
no one that
might be
watched it just because of me.
right.
oh,
I wish
geez,
I got paid in gum.
You're freaking like you were in 6 minutes. I mean, you bring more people to this channel than I think any of us do.
Well,
Right.
I get people to come for like a couple episodes, and then
That's true.
That's still.
But I mean,
though,
XLM and Miss Dominatrix, if they've stuck around, even though Miss Dominatrix isn't around all that much, but I think that's more of a time thing than anything. But like I'm saying, I think that having the same personalities come back as much as we can would be a benefit to the podcast. I think having these weeks, like the last 2 weeks, where I was like the only regular there.
Yeah.
We had
sadly.
Morphod, and Morphod, like I said, I shouted out to him at the beginning of the show. He was awesome bringing in Bobbles. But, I mean, where's the connection at that point?
True.
yeah.
So
And-
I don't mind having new people, but we had to have new people just so we could keep going with the podcast.
Right. And part of that's my fault. I mean, sadly, life happens, and I've been missing. But
Yeah.
I,
But I mean, it's not just you, though. I mean, we
No,
can
yeah.
get by a couple weeks without Shosan.
Oh, sure.
I don't like it, but it can be done.
I hear you.
As
I
long
miss
as we have
having
other
you
people.
guys. Yeah, I
And-
miss having you guys around too. So
And to that point, I mean, we might as well say the show had told us, and you can confirm or deny it at this point, but the show's probably going to be taking a short leave of absence from the. And hold on, real quick. I'm going to make a quick side tangent. We call this a podcast.
well, yeah.
How recent?
Right, air
What's
quotes.
the last
That's-
podcast
air
you can
quotes.
find on?
We're
We're a YouTube video series is
There
really
you
what
go.
we are here.
what are they called? A vlog now?
Yeah, we're a
I'm
vlog.
not here. I'm not here. You guys can see
Right.
me.
No,
That's mostly my fault because I haven't been keeping up with that. It's a lot of work, and I've had a lot of things
It
going on
is.
this last
Ron,
week.
if you give me the info, I'll do it.
And that was
I will get with you afterwards.
and that was my
We'll
fault
talk about
because early in the show, like Ron said, I was totally updating YouTube or not YouTube, iTunes, and getting us uploaded, and I haven't had time
Meow.
to do that anymore.
Meow.
Tibbers is really pissed off.
That's not Timbers.
That's Milo.
Oh,
That's
there
Milo.
you go. All right. Anyway, I think
Yeah,
you have an idea though. But please let us know, you guys. Again, we have Facebook, we have a Twitter feed, we have our own website, we have Discord, we have all these ways of getting a hold of us. Please let us know what you guys want to see. I mean, we're certainly open to suggestions. We don't fucking listen to trolls, and you guys can eat a whole fucking bag of dicks. But
What size bag of dicks, by the way?
a
Extra
big old-
large.
no, a big old bag of baby dicks. Okay, you can
Why?
go.
Whoa,
fuck
why do you have to
yourself.
go there?
Because then you can
That's-
fit more dicks in the bag.
Right. I mean, make it. It's a metric shit ton, Ron. It's a metric shit ton.
6.dg.
Yeah.
You can get our Discord, Facebook, Twitch,
Yeah.
Twitter,
Everything,
YouTube,
everything.
everything.
And yeah,
So go there.
Discord.
Browse it.
I can't say enough about Discord. I use Discord so much now.
Mhm.
I use it for the Necrodancer community. I use it for the Descent community. I use it for a speedrunning community. There's a distance community. Ask Mr. Robots on Discord.
Is he really?
Some of my favorite streamers like Aaron Knight and Squega, they're on Discord. I am in like literally almost 20 channels now.
Yeah, Discord's an amazing thing. If you guys haven't looked it up, it's basically you mash up TeamSpeak and Ventrilo and
Skype and IRC.
like, yeah, and it's
And
all in
free.
one good, easy to use, low maintenance program. It's amazing.
It's so good.
There's
It's
a mobile
amazing.
app for it.
Yeah. Yeah, Android,
shout out
iOS.
to the Discord guys because
You guys are awesome.
and it's free, like I just said. And I emailed the guy one time. I emailed the developer and I was like, "So when are you gonna start charging? And how much is it gonna be?" And he's like, "We're gonna sell skins and shit." Like he
That's
basically
awesome.
said they're gonna try to basically be like Heroes or not Overwatch because you have to buy Overwatch, but
Heroes, League of
League or
Legends.
yeah, it's like
Yeah, stuff like that.
they will sell things that they believe people will buy because they want to support it, and they're like minor cosmetic things or little
And
enhancements or whatever.
And yeah, developers can get in on it. I've already written two bots for Discord,
Yep.
including the bot that's sitting in our IRC channel right now, Mr. SickBotGG. That is the same program that runs on our Discord. I have one that I use for personal use that allows me to do Twitch chat from Discord. And then the Necrodancer community, one guy goes by the name of Inknun. That's how we do our races. We do our races on Discord.
Yep.
Discord records the results and all kinds of. It's so cool. It's so good.
I kind of feel like our roundtable went into an advertisement.
I'm
That's
fine with
okay.
that.
You know, but yeah.
Because
No,
honestly, I think
It's
that
great.
the number one way to improve the podcast is to grow the community,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Discord is certainly a great way of doing that.
Right. I mean, you guys can just hang out in our Discord, and we all play different stuff. Trust me, we have a lot of people in Discord right now, and nobody, we're not like all playing one thing. It's God, I've seen some really random shit.
Showsun is playing with himself.
Yep.
That's what it says on
Yep.
Discord right
Because
now.
I figured out how to change what you're playing in Discord,
Yeah.
and now that I can change the title to whatever I want, I am having fun with this feature.
But
So-
yeah, we've got some people from the old 6 Minutes Guild playing WoW. Ron's on there playing Heroes of the Storm, Sweet Tooth,
Hearthstone, Dragon's
Hearthstone
Dogma,
occasionally.
God Eater, Path of Exile, Dark Souls, all kinds of stuff.
Worms.
Yeah,
God, yeah.
I even just noticed that one of my Descent buddies has joined the community. And,
Sweet. Yeah. So definitely check us out, you guys. Lots of ways to get a hold of us. So definitely let us know.
Ron, one more time, how can we get a hold of you?
how do you get a hold of me?
Yeah.
You go to
where are you?
Jesus, I'm everywhere. Twitch.tv/RonClee, Twitter.com/RonClee, Beam.pro/RonClee. I've been doing that a lot lately with the Necrodancer, not the World Cup, but just offline races. I've been going over there because I want to get transcoding. You can get transcoding over there by streaming for like 2,000 minutes, I think. I'm like halfway, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, check it out. Also, RonClee.com. I don't update it very much, but
It's there.
it's there. It's got a lot of information
Yeah,
about
it's like
me
a cool
and
yearly
6
post.
Yeah, I'm upset about how frequently I update it.
Yeah. Penth, do you have any shout-outs for yourself?
You can find me at facebook.com/Primal Meal Plan. I do a
Yes.
yes, I do my weekly meal plan. It's paleo/primal.
How is that going, by the way? You haven't talked about it in a while.
It is going pretty well. Let me give you some numbers real quick. On YouTube, I have like 100 and something subscribers.
That's more than double me. Very good.
Yeah. Now, views are 50 to 100 most weeks, and it depends on where else I post things. I got 164 subscribers on YouTube.
There you go.
My last video shows you how to peel a head of garlic in 15 seconds. I got 54 views, all of 54. On my subreddit, I have 3,754 subscribers.
Holy crap, that's amazing.
Now, that is not a real number in terms of views. I mean, it's hundreds of views a week, not thousands of views a week, probably, but it's going pretty well. My Patreon pledges have shrunk considerably. There were 2 guys giving me $5 per week per video, and they have since unsubscribed or whatever it is on Patreon. So it's all of $2 per week that I'm making doing my videos, but I don't really do it for the money. It was just kind of a nice side effect of it. So, but you can find me on patreon.com/primalmealplan, Twitter @primalmealplan, Instagram, YouTube/primalmealplan, Reddit/r/primalmealplan, pretty much everywhere.
Nice. Very nice. You can't find me. I stopped existing. So, yeah, I'm gone. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Kansas, we're on our way out, but it's good for you to join. Please come back next week.
Yeah, sorry. But I'll tell you what, you can check us out next Saturday and every Saturday at 10 p.m. Central. We do it right here on Twitch. We do it on YouTube. Please check us.
We do it live.
We do it live, damn it.
Okay, we'll do it live.
So, thank you guys, though, so very much for joining us this week. I am your host, as always, Shosan, except not really as always, but whatever. We'll get there. I, of course...
Shoshan as usual.
As usual.
Sometimes.
There you go. As occasional, right? Your host as occasional. I'm here. But I would be remiss if I didn't let my awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts say goodnight to you guys. So up first, Mr. Pentherian, please.
It's been a while since Dan Ross has been on the podcast, so we're just going to take this podcast and tone it down a little bit.
He said Dan Ross.
Fade out toward the edges a little bit. We're just gonna use the brush here and fade out toward the edges and go over to Ron to fade out for the podcast here. It's been a nice evening with you guys.
I can't believe he said Dan Ross.
Dan Ross.
Mr. Klee.
Okay, let me see if I can't bring this up real quick because I wanted to show you something that I did. I mentioned Squega a little earlier, and I think that you gentlemen on this podcast would definitely appreciate what I've done for him. Let me see if I remember how to. Yeah. Okay. So Squega, of course, he's a streamer, and he said he always wanted to have a particular intro for his deal. So I went and did this.
I'm a little concerned here.
Ready?
Yeah.
Squega.
Awesome. Good for you. That's great.
Very nice.
Very good, Ron.
I heard it in my head immediately.
Yeah, I did too. Like as you watch it go across. Anyway.
I want to do that too. I need to find how it is put together, but that's another thing. That's for another time.
Awesome. All right, you guys. Finally, my name is Shosan. Thank you guys again. Please check us out right here because we do this every Saturday, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. I don't care about daylight savings. I don't care. I don't care. I don't
Move
do
to
daylight.
fucking Indiana if you don't like daylight savings.
Never. Never. Wait. No, seriously, never. No, fuck that state. Love to you guys out there, but not really because fuck Indiana. Anyway, thank you guys so very, very much. I would have to let Mr. Runkley have the final say as we do always. So, Mr. Runkley, would you please take it away?
See if I.